What's it?
Alright, Dad.
Huh?
Take off the hat.
Why do we need that? Why can't I have that?
I've been married to Dave Mann almost 23 years ago. We dated for 7 years before we got married. I met him when I was 18.
No, it's just, I don't want you wearing a hat.
I first met him because I was moving into off-campus housing.
The first time I remember seeing her was my junior year. We were advertising. We were looking for people to fill this 10-person
It
house.
was going to be 7 guys, and they wanted 3 women. They thought that would make it cleaner. I met him when we were drawing for rooms.
I'd seen her. She seemed, very nice, and she had this purple jacket on.
He drew a number for his good friend and 1 number for himself because his friend couldn't be there. The number he got for his good friend was one of the first numbers to choose, and I remember very clearly that everyone around him said, "Why don't you just take that number? He'll never know." He stuck to the fact that it was for his friend, and he chose a better room for his friend.
I don't know. It didn't seem fair, and it wasn't a huge deal.
And I was impressed by that. That's when I first met him. And I thought he was really nice and kind of fun and funny and interesting.
She just seemed different than a lot of the girls that were at Penn.
And I thought he was, good-looking guy. And then over time that year, I got to know him, and I thought he was very thoughtful. He was always asking kind of big existential questions and philosophic questions. And he had just come off of spending a summer in London. I was like, wow, he's so intellectual. It's so interesting.
We were both kind of dating some other people, and it's funny because we would talk about like our dates and what we liked or didn't like, and then so we became good friends over. It'd be kind of funny. We'd get like a debriefing of thought she gave good advice. Appreciated that.
And that was really
comments,
appealing to me.
but
And then we started hanging out more, and we became good friends, and we would spend a lot of time with each other. He was working in spring semester, but I would see him when he came home from work. We would hang out pretty much every night with other people in the house sometimes too.
she seemed to have sound judgment.
Go and do things on campus, like get ice cream or get dinner, or just hang out and talk,
You sit and talk and
be up late,
late at night and stuff like that.
different things.
You know,
And I weren't dating at that time, we were living in the house, and he stopped in and met my mom. After he left, my mom kind of said, "Oh, who was that?" And he seemed to be taking a particular interest in you. I kind of got the sense that he was maybe interested in you.
I remember our meeting Bobby and thinking, oh, she's very nice. She's very sweet.
And I was like, "No, that's ridiculous. He's just a good friend of mine." And I thought she was completely wrong, but she was actually completely right.
The moment that I first kissed her,
We were just hanging out in my room. It was nothing special. We always did that. And then he's like, "You know what I feel like doing?" And I was like, "What?" I thought he was going to say, like, go out for ice cream, because we did that a lot, and that sounded like a good thing for me to do. And then he kissed me, and I was completely shocked. I did not expect it at all.
maybe I thought about it, but it was sort of spontaneous, but it seemed kind of cute at the moment, and so I just gave her a kiss.
I didn't know how I wanted to react.
I think she was probably equally surprised.
So I hid under the blanket for a long time.
Took cover. Literally.
What? Like, he wanted to know my reaction, but I didn't know what reaction I wanted to give to him, so I just was hiding and trying to figure it out. We might have gone out for ice cream then, and we just kind of said goodnight to each other, but then the next day, I couldn't stop thinking about him, and I felt like I really wanted to date him. And I was worried that my reaction the night before, my lack of reaction, was going to make him think I wasn't interested. And he came into the kitchen and I was so nervous to face him. Boy, just talking about it, I can feel how nervous I was. Anyway, so then we did talk and I was like, yeah, let's, try this. And so then we started spending all of our time together, and we quickly, really just were having so much fun and really happy together. That was in April.
April 1st.
A few weeks later, it was the end of the semester, and I was going home, and then I was going to be leaving for Israel for 6 weeks.
Only been dating for a month and a half, 2 months tops before she was going away, even though we knew each other very well.
We were sad, we weren't going to see each other.
But, I felt like I had, strong feelings for her.
He took me to the bus station.
I just wrote it in a card.
And he gave me a card, open it on the bus, don't open it till you're on the bus. And I got on the bus, and I opened it up, and it said,
if you have a good feeling or something, open this.
Feeling, look under this, and it was a little Post-it note. And then when I lifted it up, it said, I love you. In those days, we didn't have cell phones or anything.
What's going on with her?
So as soon as I got home, I wrote him one and mailed it to him. And then I called him, and I think I said, I got your thing. I love you too. And you do. You look so uncomfortable. Loosen up, loosen up, loosen up. Be loose.
So we ready to start?
I love you.
Hey, do you have that little card?
What card?
The card that I gave you?
Oh! I would never have thrown it out, gosh, but I don't know where it is. Oh,
I probably threw it out.
do you have the one I sent you?
Somewhere.
Somewhere special.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. No? But I used to I remember we used to be out or in Chinatown, and I'd see these cute little Asian kids, and I'd think, oh my god, maybe I could have a kid that looks like that. It'd be so cute. And I wanted that. Well, so my sister and I figured out that the 3 most important things in finding a partner: love, you have to really trust them, and you have to respect them. If you have those 3 ingredients, then you can make it work.
I think those are good things.
If you want to stick together, you have to kind of ride things out and be patient. And if you get married and you have kids, when your kids are young, that's a tough time for everybody. And as long as the other person's a good person, you continue to love, trust, and respect them, then you can get through those tougher times, and that, when the kids get older, it gets easier. I want to tell you that I feel very lucky, because I know that, even though I met you when I was so young, you're a really good person. And I really, admire you a lot for the kind of person you are. And you're a great dad, and you're a great husband, and you're just so, you're like a rock. I feel so lucky, and I'm so happy that, I'm married to you. I used to throw the pennies in the water fountain things where you make a wish, And my wish was always that, we'd get married and have a couple of kids, and everybody be happy and healthy, and my dreams came true.
I'm happy, and I made this is one of the best decisions of my life. That's gonna be together.
Oh.
How's that?